I want to say, if you're led to say, be mild, not forceful. Person doesn't agree with something you say, fine. Leave them with that. You don't have to change their mind. You don't have to forcibly rescue them. God is master of all relationship, all creation, all goodness. We simply ride with him, watching his fantastic works. In this sense, we trust utterly in his presence, his provision, his loving kind creativity, his beautifulness. If someone holds a view that we think is harmful to them, we can say why we think that's harmful, because we want to help them. But when they bounce back with, but so-and-so, and oh, I don't agree with so-and-so. Oh, right. You know, we don't bounce back with a but to them as well, and so the war goes on. And then we justify what we've said, and then, well, we certainly don't want to ridicule or dismiss what they say, or blame them, or scorn them. I mean, obviously not. We're not in this for the argument. We're in this for the kind, loving kindness, acceptance and care of them, and wishing them all blessing and all goodness, and delighting in their uniqueness, and marveling at the world in which our God has put us. We're not here furiously changing it. We're finding where things are most comfortable for us, where we fit best, where we are most helpful. Perhaps it's not in talking. Perhaps it's helping them with the dishes. Perhaps it's talking about something else. We can get on to a happier discourse, an agreement, a creative, a harmony, a goodness, a blessing. We are primarily aware of our God, our heavenly Dad and dearest friend, more so than the company we are with. So the love and presence of God affects them too, because it's affecting everything we do. We become the blessing of God by his goodness and his peace and his loving kindness to all his creation. We are co-partners in the loveliness of God. How lovely. So we are not forceful. We are not pressing of an idea, a review, a theology, a religion. We are not desperate to correct because they need this, and I must. There's nothing I must. There is only he does. What an absolutely beautiful relief. I can be in peace and delight in all that he does, in all of his presence, in all of my awareness of him. So yes, I do purpose to be a blessing. I bring peace. I bring and encourage everywhere a harmony with what God is doing and purposes, and yes, even thinks. That's devotion. I'm not devoted to changing the world. I'm devoted to seeing the goodness of God in the land of the living. Whatsoever is good and lovely, I choose to think on these things. They may not. I might suggest it if I think it's opportune and may be a blessing and helpful. And if the response is resistance, well, I back off because it's obviously not yet time for them to think so. They have other things that they need to experience first. I may not need to be part of that. I may see opportunity to be a blessing in being part of that. So I may run with it, but always with mindfulness. What's God doing here? How can I be a blessing here? What's God doing there? Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. When I say be mild, not forceful, I think I should really be saying, I think it's the case that if you are more aware of God's presence and love for this person you're talking with or being with at the present, them and yourself, if you're aware of God's presence, you will be much milder, not forceful. I mean, you don't have to speak for God. It's God who creates all things. His presence, by your awareness of him, for instance, is wonderful enough. You will perhaps have ideas as to how this person might be more blessed. So you are mild in any suggestion. If they spring back with some counter or contrary view, or you just think, yeah, well, perhaps that's why they are on the road they're on at the minute. They need to experience this, perhaps. We'll trust what God is doing. I don't have to steer them in the way that I think they need to be going. You know, you can suggest a thing. If it's taken, that's lovely. If it isn't, no matter. Nothing lost. I don't have to keep pressing it. God will do all things in the fullness of time. He brings all things to perfection, completeness. harmony to his glory and our eternal blessing together as his most wonderful, beautiful family that we all, including him of course, delight in. Love you, Heavenly Dad. So this is our confidence, our hope, yes, our joy, our assurance, our awareness of him, of you, Heavenly Dad. Love you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.